Welcome back to another exciting episode of Wired for Sound. We're down at the Sovereign Room, which is located 220 Red River Road. You should come check it out if you've never been. And why are we here, Jason?
We're here because we are talking about Music for the Masses, which is happening on September 23rd. And the Sovereign Room is one of 5 venues that will be hosting this fantastically huge show.
And this is a first for Wired for Sound because we're going to do a 2-part series. We're going to do 2 parts because there's so many acts to cover that we couldn't just possibly do it in one show.
That's right. There's over 30 bands playing
wow.
or artists playing at Music for the Masses. And again, it's covering 5 venues, including the Sovereign Room.
And Music for the Masses, it's sort of an appreciation for LU Radio?
Absolutely. Franz Massini, who started Music for the Masses and whom we'll be talking to later on in the show, he donates the proceeds back from this massive show to LU Radio as a thank you for what LU Radio does for the community.
Cool. So stick around, we're coming to you from the Sovereign Room.
But you'll never hear me say that this smoke is clouding my mind. This smoke is clouding my mind. This smoke is killing me, killing me, killing me, killing me softly. And this smoke is clouding my mind. And this smoke is making me blind. And this smoke has taken from me everything that I thought I believed in.
Thanks for sticking with us at Wired for Sound. Here I have Andrew McKelvey. McKelvey?
McKelvey, you got it right.
McKelvey, right on. So tell us about that song we just heard. It was awesome. I loved it.
Oh, thanks very much. I try to be modest, but it's the first song I ever wrote. It's called Clarity. Just wrote it actually at the Red Rock Music Festival a couple years ago. We were just hanging out in a tent and came together. I like it. It's pretty good.
You're a local musician here in Thunder Bay. How long have you been playing music for?
Well, I've been playing guitar since about grade 9, so about 10 years I've been playing. I've been playing in a band probably for the last 3 years, playing the local Married Singlemen as well as acoustic stuff that I do around town. So
nice, and we will be talking to the Married Singlemen next week at Crocs for you guys to check out, but we're going to talk to Andrew first about his solo career, so to speak.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Basically started out playing at Jack's for free, doing favors for Darren and Megs on acoustic night, just filling time, screwing around. I like to have a good time. Yeah, do a bunch of covers, whatever comes to my mind.
What are some of your inspirations? Because that song was kind of reminded me a little bit like Sublime-ish, a little bit.
Yeah. People really try to compare us to Sublime, which I love Sublime, and I'm honored by that comparison. But I like everything from like Frank Sinatra to the Chili Peppers to the Doors to Zeppelin to Louis Armstrong. You know, it's like music is music for me, and it's just if it's a good song, it's a good song. It doesn't really matter what genre it is. We try to bring as much to the table as we can. And I just try to come up with something that doesn't sound like something else that's been written, pretty much. If it works out, it works out. Yeah.
Now, Music for the Masses, our show, we're kind of gearing these 2 shows about Music for the Masses. Tell me about your involvement with Music for the Masses.
Well, Music for the Masses is basically probably the biggest downtown show of the year that we do. The only thing that even rivals it is probably the Halloween show that goes on. We played last year. There's 5 bars just packed. It's insane. And like it's almost to the point where I would pay them to let me play it because there's that many people out. If you miss this show, you're pretty much missing all local Bay talent. There's just so many bands here, and people don't even realize it. Like, they go to the Blues Fest, they go to bigger bands that come, but there's so much raw talent just from this city that just blows people's mind if they come out. So,
what does it mean to you to be a part of such a big thing like that?
It's just really cool. It really brings the artist community together. And that's what we need. They don't need to be competing against each other. And it just needs to be a community where everybody works together. And it's all about enjoying the music, whether you're a metal band or you're a folk art band or whatever you need. It's all good, man. It's all coming from the heart. So, yeah, it's cool.
Now, how long have you been doing Music for the Masses?
I think this is my 2nd or 3rd time. Second time.
Were you blown away by how much diversity there is in the music scene in Thunder Bay?
Oh, it's unreal. Yeah, like it's really cool. It's like a little hub of everything. Yeah, like you can find whatever you want here if you look hard enough. It's awesome.
Now, what about people in Thunder Bay watching this? How can they how can they find you? How can they see a show of yours?
Okay, well, we're doing the Facebook thing right now because none of us are really techno savvy. You can get us at themarriedsinglemanarmy.com. We're also not very creative because we stole that from Kiss. But we're up there. Everything's posted on there, and we usually play Jack's, Black Pirate, The Office, just switch it up all the time. And yeah, we'll post there. We always have events on Facebook, and T-Bay Shows is a good place to look.
Yeah, it's a really good place to look, for sure. So anything else you want to say to our adoring fans of yours?
No, I'm just, thanks everything. I don't know how many adoring fans I have, but hopefully we'll see you out there, guys. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thanks for watching Wired for Sound. Stick with us.
Welcome back to Wired for Sound. I'm Jason Wellwood here with Robin Ranger and Damon Doback. And both of these fine gentlemen will be playing here at Music for the Masses. Robin will be playing the Sovereign Room along with Damon, and Damon will be playing over at Jack's as part of Music for the Masses. Robin, how long have you and Damon been playing together?
For about a year. Yeah, it's been about a year.
And was it what kind of brought you guys together?
I've been familiar with Damon for a while, and he needed a bass player for a gig, and he gave me a call and started there. It was for Terry Egan's show, Terry Egan's birthday show.
Yeah. So my premier friend Sage, who lives in Montreal, wasn't able to do the gig, so I called up Robin, and it's a great fun-filled night of music, and it's sort of grown since then. I've been backing up Robin on his gigs, and Robin's been working with me in Damon Doback Trio.
Very cool. Now, Robin, you're not just a bass player. You also play guitar, as we saw, and you're a singer as well. And you've been working on a record.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it to come out. It's been a lot of effort, and we've had a lot of players come in, and now we're looking at it being completed. So I hope to have it out by the fall. And sort of nervous having a record coming out, because you work on something for a long time, and then it starts to finish itself, and you're like, wow, it's becoming finished, and you're so inside that you can't really tell what it's like anymore. And now knowing that everyone's going to hear it, I think they'll be really surprised, just because of the lineup of players that I have. Normally when I play with a lot less players. I may play a trio, but having a full quartet behind you really changes things. But then the sun falls down on me. Can I go on? And for how long?
You actually both played Music for the Masses last year, correct?
I was really happy to play last year. I'm really happy to play this year. It's a great venue. Because of the venues. I mean, playing at Music for the Masses is awesome because you can go and check out other stuff when you're done playing, go schmooze, see what's happening everywhere else. But it's a really big venue.
Absolutely. And Damon, you are you're a very, very busy young man. You're constantly playing. You don't just have Damon Doback Trio. You're involved in a lot of other projects as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, musically, I have a trio with Kim Erickson and Sage Reynolds called Canto, which does a show a year approximately, and I'm also involved with Rodney Brown for many years, playing in a lot of his shows, and my own trio, and then Robin's trio, and it just seems to grow. Any music gig that's happening, I like to get involved with. That's the great joy of music, is sharing it with others.
Absolutely. And outside of mandolin, do you play any other instruments?
Yeah, instruments, yeah, for sure. I play guitar.
You also played music for the masses last year.
Yeah, I played music for the masses with, had my son Misha join me on turntables, which was a blast, and Rory Bowler on bass, and Dave Campbell's on drums, so it's a full band sound, yeah.
Very cool. Well, gentlemen, thank you both for coming and speaking to us today, and for playing for us, and for playing music for the masses. I'm looking forward to seeing both of you there.
It's fun to share music with other people. I've been doing a lot of work with Sarah Kanutsky and Ron Kanutsky. She's 12. She just turned 12. I've also been playing with a young lady named Natasha Fisher. And I will be doing some work in the future with another young singer named Courtney Jordan. And really, really talented people. I'm really honored to be asked to join some of these teams. It's really nice. I really love being an upright player.
Excellent. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Robin. Appreciate that. And once again, I'm Jason Weller, Wired for Sound. Stay tuned.
Twilight leaves, the wind speaks through the trees, but it doesn't speak to me. No one around, I'm walking this endless night, but this longing won't subside. And then the snow falls down on me. Can I go on? And for how long? Without you.
So as promised, we have Franz. He is the mastermind behind Music for the Masses. Now, we're in the Sovereign Room, and it's going to be over a few different venues. Now, why the Sovereign Room? Because it's a little bit different, right, than all the other venues?
Oh, totally. The logic behind that was, like, last year we did this show over 3 venues, and we had quite a few people turn out. There's like approximately 600 people. And the Sovereign Room being relatively new, I think it's just going to add a different element, because the whole purpose of this show, one of the main purposes, is to like include as much diversity in music spread across the whole Thunder Bay region, obviously, and there is a lot that exists. The Sovereign Room is just going to add that extra element. It's a lot more intimate here. It's going to be an acoustic show. I think it's going to be, it sounds great, obviously. Yeah. The acoustics in here are amazing, and it's going to be a little different for the Sovereign Room, but I'm really, really happy that Scott jumped on board with this, and I think it's just going to add to the show. It's going to add that extra element.
Definitely. Now, Scott's a great guy, and we thank him very much for letting us shoot our episode of Wired for Sound here today.
Absolutely.
It's gorgeous in here. Yeah. Now, tell us about Music for the Masses. Like you said, it's all different kinds of music, and there's all different kinds of talent in Thunder Bay. How hard was it, or did you just pick everybody from Thunder Bay?
Well, I wish I could have. I don't think there's that many venues to accommodate all the bands. What I try to do each year is include some different acts, obviously, from the previous year. This year we've got additions like Sunday Wild, for example, Faceless Hulk and Norris, Vega. These are all bands that are, first comers to Music for the Masses this year, other than Faceless Hulk, actually. We've also got bands like Outside the Lines, Trevor Potts, Fluorescent Brown. It's just, it spans all the music genres, are totally spanned across everything. Anything you can think, like there's hip hop, there's going to be acoustic, there's going to be metal, there's going to be pop, and then you've got like bands like Cheyenne Havorka, another newcomer. Like the main intention of this show, one of the main intentions is to include as much diversity, just so it's accessible to different groups of people, and that's part of what makes it really, really fun. Mm-hmm. Because what ends up happening, obviously, is you can go from one bar to the next, and you're gonna, from one bar to the next, it's gonna be a different, completely different genre that's playing.
Awesome. Yeah. Now tell us about the LU Radio part of this. Yeah. This is an appreciation for LU Radio. When did you start this, and why?
Honestly, you know what? I was a DJ over at LU Radio for 3 years. I started it because I really wanted to play The Outpost, and I was playing in a band at the time, and I thought of what a better way to give back to the station, because honestly, like when I first moved up here to Thunder Bay, it was kind of like became my home, a home away from home. And it just like people there made me feel really, really welcome. And they also are one of the biggest, if probably the biggest supporters of local music, which I think is really important in a community like Thunder Bay. And I think all the artists coming together for this show, it's kind of like giving back to the station, because the station does do so much for all the artists.
So true.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, friends.
Oh, no problem.
Appreciate it. Stick around because we're going to be bringing you Jason Wellwood CD picks.
Welcome back to Wired for Sound. I'm Jason Wellwood. Now it's time to reach into my bag and see what we have for picks for you today. First up, we have locals Outside the Lines, who will be performing at the Sovereign Room at Music for the Masses. This is organized at last, and at the point this CD was recorded, I believe the band was a duo. They are a trio or maybe even a quartet now. They will be performing acoustically at the Sovereign Room for Music for the Masses. And the lead-off track on this CD actually is Here Walks a Rebel, which was one of the theme songs for this year's Thunder Pride here in Thunder Bay. Next up, we have Static Revolt, a hard-rocking kind of alt-rock band. This is their self-titled EP, former residents of Thunder Bay, and they were last in town opening for Buck Cherry at the Community Auditorium. So if you're into the hard alt-rock, then Static Revolt is definitely your band, and once again, they will be playing at Music for the Masses this year. So there you have it. 2 more picks for you, 2 more bands for you to check out at Music for the Masses. I'm Jason Wellwood for Wired for Sound, and stick around because you just never know what I'm going to pull out of my bag next.
It's been so long that you've been lonely, but you've been strong to go alone. Do you like the echoes? Do you like the slams? Try to find out who you were, not what I am. But you can't bring yourself to know. Someone left the door open, and I think it was you. The heart, the soul, the truth, are for life, for love, and for you. The wind outside blows the leaves. A perfect picture if you close the shutters. But you can bring yourself to know. Someone left the door open, and I think it was you. The heart, the soul, the truth, are for life, for love, and for you. The heart, the soul, the truth, are for life, for love, and for you. meant for you.
Well, thanks for watching another exciting episode of Wired for Sound. Today we've been coming to you from the Sovereign Room, 220 Red River Road. Jason, have you ever eaten here?
The food here is fantastic. Yeah, I definitely have eaten here on several occasions. The place is open every day except for Monday. Thursday and Fridays they're open for lunch. And the menus change every week.
Every week, and it's so good. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I want to emphasize a lot on how really good the food is, and you need to come and try it.
And keep in mind as well, as we were talking about music for the masses, there will be food available. This will be the venue to come and eat while you listen to some great music.
Yeah, maybe even start off the night here, get a little bit of food in your belly, and then wander around downtown and hit up all the other venues.
And come back here and finish off the evening here with some more food in your belly.
Some wings or something, who knows. So thanks for watching. If you want to be on Wired for Sound, email us at cable10@shaw.ca, and we'd love to have you. Stay tuned, because next week it's a two-part. It's going to be second part of our two-part show for Music for the Masses. So for Wired for Sound, I'm Sarah MacArthur.
And I'm Jason Wellwood.
Hey,